And we're back with another episode of R&R. It's the host you love the most, Jamerson, Ballard. And again, if you put the "it's" on the front, you should have a tip for me, huh? Anyway, it's that time of year again, man. Yeah, it's almost summer, and it's family reunion time. Yeah, hopefully. I know some of you might not have ever been to a family reunion before, and you should probably do yourself a favor and go to one, because on today's episode, you have to excuse my background. I don't understand why every time I listen. Today's episode is entitled, Evelyn, what's going on? Don't let your freakness be your weakness. Yeah. I know it sounds kind of like common knowledge, so if you're an older person, please bear with me. We got to get to some of these unintelligent, less developed individuals in the front of in the front of this thing, right? So, yeah. Don't let your freakness be your weakness. You know what I'm saying? Because it can happen. You know what I'm saying? And by that, I mean all the wrong shit. That's right. I mean, you got arms and abs and legs and thighs and breasts and ass all at the same time being exposed at all-time highs. Even niggas got their thighs out. With that, I disagree with, but hey, do you, fam. At any rate, you can't let what might be enticing to the eyes become a detriment to the thighs. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, do your due diligence. Some of y'all gotta ask better questions, because you can let your genitals work to your detriment. And we don't really need that, man. Shout out to the Rant Gang, man. Shout out to the Capital Letter Club, man. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to any of you new viewers, because you could be anywhere else, but we appreciate you here, man. Anyway, yeah, this is not a new topic, you know what I mean, but it's been brought to my attention. Now, I don't have a TikTok anymore. What's up, 29? But during the time where I did have one, there was a file that came across my desk that kind of bothered me, man. And I feel like it's something that could have been avoided. We definitely don't really want to do no type of ancestry, anything. You understand what I'm saying? Not with no cousins, because nigga, you nasty. And just because your grandma gone or don't know what's going on don't mean it's cool. Yeah, I said it. Okay? And you have to go to great lengths sometimes to figure out who a person is, because niggas don't want to disclose their identities or whatever. But, before you give it up, man, you should probably go into the real first name and last name thing. And some of y'all don't got the same name as your dad, or whatever the case may be. Y'all got different mamas, but you need to do some digging, discover that who you dealing with or may not want to deal with could be somebody that could be related to you down the line. Now, this has never happened to me, but I've heard several stories. One of the worst cases I've heard, again, was a story I seen on TikTok, and it was actually a lady who was, talking for a minute, and then it came out that the person that she was dealing with, now the person looked younger than her already, but it turns out that the nigga was her son. Now, I know the last episode I was talking about, ladies, are you basically in a relationship with your son? And that was not literal at all. That was like some nigga that you taking care of or having to tell what to do all the time, or et cetera, et cetera. And that was just not literal. Now, this was actually literally. I mean, the lady gave up her son for adoption, and I don't know, some way or another ended up giving up the draws to her long lost son. How did you do that, lady? That's disgusting. And some of y'all can avoid some of this by asking better questions. I heard a dude one time tell me that he actually hit his dad's sister on some drunk shit, but it wasn't like somebody he was close to. I guess, you know, he was Hispanic, but I guess his dad wasn't really in the picture like that, and he had ended up going to a family reunion and kind of found out that an older lady that he hit was actually his auntie. And that's disgusting, because what if it's good? Then you want it again, and you that can't happen. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, some of y'all might not be on anywhere close to that level, and let's hope not. But you have allowed your freakness to be your weakness, man, because you got some chick laid up with you that do unspeakable things that you probably should not be a part of, but now you didn't move her in your house and let her do stuff, and now you sprung, but you shouldn't be. You would never have been if you asked better questions. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to TK, because TK line of comedy goes along this way, and he'll tell you, like, you know what I mean, you gotta, who raised you? But you know what I'm saying? It's just, you can't let your freakness do your weakness, man. You can't let your genitals pick your your partners, man. It's not cool. It's really not. And it's spooky out here. You know what I mean? I know some of y'all, the pickings are slim, and you just trying to have a good time, and you was feeling the vibes and all that shit. But, ma'am, sir, what is your actual name? What's your first name? Are you related to the Williamses or the Scotts? Williams is a very common name, by the way. But are you related to the, you know what I'm saying? Because I noticed on some of these family reunion shirts, it'd be two different names on there. It don't all be the Johnsons or the Joneses. It'd be, you know, the Brooks and the Smiths family. And that's, so yeah, man, you know, get to know who your people is. You know what I mean? I got a couple of nieces out there who I don't see very often, but I'd hate to bump into them on some fluke shit in the club doing what I do. And, you know, because, you know, most people who are attractive are all kind of related to each other in some cities. Now, my city is not the biggest city, and some of you probably in a smaller city. But do your homework, man. Do your homework, man. Somebody that look good to you, do some research first. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be giving it up on the first night. And if you do that, I'm not going to judge you. That's your thing. Do what you want to do with it. But please, 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 please use some discretion and take this as a preventative measure before it becomes a lesson. And now you know what I mean, you dating one of your people's people. You know what I'm saying? It's really not that cool, man, at all. Because you can't take them nowhere. You embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? And if you keep doing it, you nasty. Once you find out that that's your cousin or something, you stay away from them. That's very bad. At any rate, we got a couple things going on in the rest of the country, which is crazy because it seems like the East Coast is taking the hardest hit right now. I mean, we got a few things going on out east that is concerning, and one of them is the fact that Canada is burning. That motherfucker on fire. Now, I guess they didn't put it out now, I don't know. But the air quality along the East Coast, horrible. Horrible. My man's out there going through it. Can't go outside. Can't do nothing. You really shouldn't. You gotta have a mask on, all types of shit. The air quality is toxic. I forgot what the levels is, but they way past not good. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know how far down to go, but especially New York, man, the air quality is horrible. So if you out there, man, shout out to you, man. stay prayed up, and you know, hopefully you got some 6 days, bro, because you're gonna need to use a couple of them things if you haven't already. And like I said, this is this Monday, so you know, we was hearing about this probably like Thursday of last week, so 3 days from now it should be damn near straight. But yeah, shout out to y'all some soldiers, man. Keep your heads up. And also we got Philly is on the list. Now, it was some building that collapsed out that way. Man, I missed out. I couldn't figure it out in time. I was already kind of late getting the show together. But a story that did stand out to me also was because that shit was also kind of old, I think, really. You know, we try to keep it fresh around here. Yeah, effervescent even. And so this week though, you know, and it's not to diminish that circumstance. Shout out to all of the people who may have lost people in that. You know, I'm sorry to hear that. My prayers go out to you. Also, my prayers go out to DC Young Fly's people. I mean, I don't know if Georgia is considered the East Coast, but it's definitely the South, and it's out east. So while we over there, I seen a glimpse of bruh speaking about his wife's passing, and that was a horrific state of affairs, man. But I heard through the grapevine that the doctor that offered to, now I don't know how true this is, but I heard that the doctor that offered to do her work, what's up, Hamilton, what's happening? The doctor that offered to do the lady's work offered to do it for free, because he had already taken some hits for malpractice, allegedly. And bruh volunteered to do her work for free in order to get his name back in the mix. You know what I'm saying? And that's just kind of scary for me personally. I've elevated to a level where, I mean, free kind of turns me off, man, on the strength that, for one, the type of company that is kept in the area that is allowing you to get there for free sometimes is just not savory. You know what I'm saying? And we leveling up at every opportunity. But, you know, free can be hard to turn down for some. Me, not so much. I'm more of a thank you but no thank you kind of nigga at this point in my life. And I gotta be somewhere where I gotta pay a little something so that I'm being in the company of people who appreciate that we doing something that they had to pay for. You know what I'm saying? And that's just in something as far as shindigs is concerned. But as far as like getting some work done, now getting a tooth pulled or something like that, I feel like that's kind of remedial, and that if that's free, fine. But I'll pay $1.50 to get my tooth pulled out, you know, to avoid waiting till August 17th. If it's hurting me right now, I'm not finna wait. Plus, I do want a professional in my face, on my body. It has something to do with my identity, man. You nuts? You not finna touch me if you not. Look, I got the bread. How much is it? You know what I'm saying? Not to stay on this too long, but I don't think they should have went with the free doctor. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm not finna go to no third world country to get my shit done either. I'm gonna pay what I need to pay to get my shit done the right way. You know what I'm saying? Because who knows, man? We'll get into another story later about some shady doctor practices. Weird ass nigga. But anyway, I'm not finna. And I mean, like I said, I'm sorry that bro had that happen. But if that's true, that definitely could have been avoided. And I personally am not finna put my life in the hands of somebody that's not finna, you know what I'm saying? Especially if they have issues with malpractice previous to me. Like I'm gonna have to run your resume first and decide whether I'm gonna do that or not. You know what I'm saying? At any rate, back to this Philly shit. So, freeway collapses in Philly. I guess some truck caught fire. What the fuck was on that truck? And what the fuck was that nigga smoking? The fire the truck caught on fire. Now he got away. I guess he wasn't hurt. Thank God for that. But what the fuck was you doing? That nigga is fired. I'm pretty sure he fired. Now, if you his supervisor and you watching this, who knows? But yeah, that nigga getting drug tested. Because that shit, what the fuck? Now, I'm not trying to be no hater or nothing. I'm just saying from an owner of a business perspective, how the fuck did the truck catch fire, sir? Oh, you don't know? Okay. Well, for insurance purposes, I'm going to have you piss in here. Yeah. Right now. In front of me. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? The whole freeway came down because of that bullshit, bro. Yeah, they got the answer to somebody. And whoever hired that nigga, make sure you piss test him first. Because, damn, we can't afford to have a lot of that shit happen. Niggas had to disperse. You know what I'm talking about? Who is that nigga on that motorcycle? That nigga needs to find another way to go. It's irritating. Anyway, back to this East Coast shit. Now, this is going to be a little bit sadder as we go through this. And this is some shit that should never, ever, ever happen again. Ever. Ever. There was a shooting at a ceremony, a graduation specifically, in Richmond, Virginia, where a young man and his stepdaddy was killed. I guess the boy's little sister was hit by a car too. 9-year-old girl trying to get away from this bull crap. Some nigga then came to the function or the graduation on that. And I guess the little nigga that was graduating, rest in peace to him, by the way, man. I'm sorry. This is a very sad state of affairs. And again, this should never happen. You know, and I deal with tragedy a little different than some. I make jokes, man. I crack funnies to help deal with the pain. Because it's either going to be a laugh or a cry. For me, it's going to be a laugh every time. I mean, I've been through too much shit, town big, and lost a whole lot of people. And we love all of y'all. I'm not finna be sad for that long, though. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, dude came through there and shot up the function, man. He shot the dude. I don't know if this nigga was talking shit to this nigga. The nigga looked like he wasn't graduating. I mean, he came up there looking like a rough draft. I mean, I don't know if these niggas is gang members or whatever, but this nigga passed the nigga or something. And he said the wrong thing, hit him up or whatever. And the niggas blasted, bro. And his stepdaddy. Damn, I know that nigga mad. I know that nigga mad to the motherfucker. Where is the nigga real daddy at? Where was that nigga? Anyway, so the nigga that came up there on some bullshit that ain't graduating and shot 2 people, 3, I don't know how many people were actually killed. I just know that it was actually a guy who was basically his op, and his stepdad passed, man. And that's tragic, bro. And what the fuck was going on with the lieutenant governor? This bitch bags under her eyes was full. She need to get some sleep, some rest even. Y'all quit stressing that lady out. Her head white, she black. What is going on? She probably needs some pipe. So whoever is dating the lieutenant governor of Richmond, Virginia, bro, you got some work to do. And put some hemorrhoid cream underneath your eyes, madam, please. Your eyes should not be sagging. Anyway. Now, there's another incident out in Maryland. What the fuck is going on out there, man? Now, it's some. Now, to the point of the topic, it's some freaks in Baltimore. It's freaky, and one of my One of my favorite people is from Philly. Shout out Lady Snow. By the way, the news anchor that was covering that shit in Philly, let me see what her name was. Sharifa Jackson. Baby guy. Woo. Her. She looked like she could suck a golf ball through a water hose. Amazing. She's probably very talented. Shout out to you. But yeah, I noticed that. It's crazy. Anyway, Maryland, Baltimore. I don't know if it's Baltimore. It's Maryland. Don't shoot me, Baltimore. Maryland got an incident with a mama and a mama and her daughter, and got down on the grandma. They got down on the grandma and killed her. I mean, she in a trash bag or something with chainsaw, with fragments of her in the chainsaw. And that's not cool, man. I think they had a body doing something like on the Dahmer situation where she just in there. Like, what the fuck is y'all going through in that house where the mama got funked with her mama, the mama's mama, and told the mama she can't drive her car or something, and then she wanted to bring the drama and got her daughter in on it, and they hacked this lady down, bro. What the fuck is going on in Baltimore? Y'all better watch out in Baltimore. Y'all better watch it, man. That sound like some of the most ungratefulest shit ever. Now, what if you done got into a relationship with this lady and you find out later that she done killed her mama and her daughter was in on it? What you think they gonna do to you? Y'all better not argue at all, cause you dead. She killed her mom. I'm good. Where were you? Who was her boyfriend? How did you let her get it? I know she probably told you this lady's getting on her nerves, and you ain't even do nothing. You just sat there. Oh yeah, for real. Damn. Nigga. And then the daughter. Wow. How you let your mama talk you into something like that? What as a woman are you going through where you feel like I'm gonna kill my mama and you a mama? That is some of the most ungrateful shit I ever heard in my life. And I can't understand it. Now, that shit's ridiculous, man. On the lighter note though, we got some shit going on in the sport that I fuck with, and that's fighting. So, I mean, this ain't an official match or nothing, but Bosco 100 was due to fight Crit Mac 55 5-5. Bruh was about to get into it with Bosco now. Bosco done fought with a couple of niggas, and I was not impressed with any of those matches, not even a little bit. And the one with Nina Boy, man, throw that whole fight in the trash, man. The whole thing. Now, he talking about the fight and got called off. Apparently, rest in peace to Gonzo, he got paid, I guess, maybe 100 bands to do that fight. Who knows? He like, $10,000 ain't enough. Okay. But $10,000 in the ticket sales. Now, you can say in the contract that you got to be guaranteed 50, but I guess they couldn't touch the 50. And if they get a 10 grand deposit and another 10 whether you win or lose, I mean, that's 20 bands you didn't have to fight a nigga you probably don't like anyway. But some niggas ain't built like that, bruh. Some niggas don't really, I mean, because if you get down, you get down. I mean, I don't know if you're an active game member, but Brett probably should have just went ahead and got down, because it kind of looked bad, bro. It looked bad. It don't look good. It kind of looked like, well, you know what I'm saying? Now, you didn't get paid for the Rosemo fight, but it happened. I don't know if bro been disrespecting or what, but I mean, shit, 10 grand. Put them hands up, bro. Anyway, it sounds like it's politics to me, and that shit could get ugly. So maybe it's some other shit going on that I'm not aware of, and I'm not trying to call bro no, you know what I'm saying? None of that. I'm just saying, I mean, you know, whatever. At any rate, the fight that is professional and I actually really wanted to see, or am going to see, and it finally looked like it's about to happen. Errol Spence Jr. and Tim Crawford. Now, I'm a little biased because I came into awareness of Errol Spence Jr. first and was later made aware of Terrence Crawford. And Terrence Crawford apparently is not to be played with. Bruh got hands too. You know what I'm saying? So this is the fight we've all been waiting for, to see who is the best of the best. I do like to see heavyweights fight sometimes. I just seen a heavyweight fight with, I think, Tito and another Hispanic dude that was pretty big. Looked like Butterbean kinda. I forgot his last name. These niggas had the same haircut, and it was kinda annoying. It was the Hispanic dude that just beat up on Anthony Joshua, I think a year ago. Now, I have to look his name up. I'm not going to do that right now because that's not exactly the point I'm trying to make or that important to me altogether. But they fought, and it was kind of slow, and I ain't feeling that. I mean, yeah, you going to throw bows, and somebody might get knocked down, knocked out. But I'm ready to see this fight. This is the one I want to see. I want to see that. I'm going to see this in late July. And so if it's a chance for me to do it live, I will. I don't know how I'm going to do it. But anyway, be on the lookout for that. You know what I'm saying? I want to see that. I don't know if I got cheese up yet, because I do not gamble. But if I did, I would probably have a cool 100 on Errol Spence. That's just how I feel. I mean, you know, we gonna see, man. So that's about it for me on that. Right now, we finna go into a top or a subject or a segment I like to call "Don't Be a Weirdo." Now, on today's "Don't Be a Weirdo," it's still some high level shit going on, and it's still on the East Coast. Damn, what the fuck? Now, I know East Coast, well, not even East Coast, New York specifically is kind of, they freaky up there. They freaky up there too. They getting down. Shout out to Sue. You know what I'm saying? My nigga up that way. You know what I'm talking about? At any rate, yeah, there is a doctor by the name of G. Allen Ching. Can you guess what ethnicity he is? At any rate, bruh out there doing the wrong shit with the anesthesia. Now, he's out of Queens. He's accused of drugging and sexually assaulting a female patient while recording it on his cell phone. You some type of freak or something, bro? What the fuck is you got going on? Now, the first victim, because this hasn't just happened one time. It's been, I don't know how this nigga got his job at, what is it? New York Presbyterian Hospital. What kind of shit is going on? And it's not necessarily no shade to them, but what the fuck? Now, the first victim was somebody he used some unknown clear liquid on and took her to his apartment home and did shit that he wasn't supposed to do with her. And on this next go round, he's doing shit with an actual patient of his. So you up that way, be on the lookout, man, because it's ugly. You know what I'm saying? Bruh is actually very bold and disgusting. And G. Allen Wu or Ching, you have earned your spot as this week's Weirdo of the Week, bruh. And the rest of you niggas out there, don't be weird. Don't be using your doctorates to do no weird shit because you like this or that about this person. Just talk to them like a normal person. Ask them how they doing. If they want to go out for some coffee or something. You know what I'm saying? But don't be trying to sneak no baby, man, with no drugs and doing no, none of that weird shit. Using your profession to get you some, you know what I mean, some caddy. That's not cool, man. It's not cool. Because you can't really doctor on yourself like that altogether. Sometimes you got to go to a chiropractor or something. And you should not be using anesthesia if you a chiropractor, first of all. So, nigga offer to give you a shot, say no. Anyway, you a doctor, man. You can at very least buy some coochie, man. You ain't got to be stealing it. You know what I'm saying? That's cheap, man. Just offer to take a lady out to eat or something, get to know them, and then skeet on them. But it has to be consensual, okay? Anyway, on to the next segment. Now, this segment is called Who Got Active? And on Who Got Active, this is a very special segment. Today is, I don't have the name of this young lady, but I don't know if you guys heard about the plane crash that happened in the Amazon, where it was a couple of adults that died, and I'm pretty sure the pilot died and the mother of the children died, but it was like 4 children, and the ages ranged from 13 to 11 months, and they was out there for like 40 days. Yeah, some of you niggas can't last without your mama 10 hours. But this young lady, who is the winner of Who Got Active this week, and I don't have her name, but she just held it down and kept them alive in a real jungle for 40 days. Apparently she knew what kind of fruits and berries she could eat out there. I think they're from a tribe that's out that way already, but they got hit with something that was crazy, and she had to step it up. You know what I mean? Take care of her little siblings and her youngest sister, who was basically brand new, and had to get them shelter and water at very least, even food. And it's raining out there. It's the motherfucking Amazon. It's wet as fuck, and that shit has got to be annoying. But she got them through that, man. She deserves some type of award or something, man. Shout out to you, young lady. She did her thing. And she only 13. Some of you niggas still can't take care of your kids, and you 40. So yeah, she deserves an award, and I don't really give a fuck about how you feel about that if you don't agree. At any rate, on to the next segment. And this segment is called Wake the Fuck Up. Now, that's kind of abrasive, but I think we've established the fact that I don't give a fuck. And on a professional level, though, I was able to escort the legendary Miss Chalet out here to the city. Shout out to her. There will be an interview. I've confirmed that with her verbally soon, and very soon, maybe within the next 3 or 4 months. So, be looking out for that. But at any rate, she paved the way for the sounds of some of the people that I've named off. One of them today is named Prince Hefe. Now, Prince Hefe is spelled Prince, which is Prince, and then Hefe is spelled Jefe. Look, bruh, fuck with this shit. But he got a song out called Kanye Crazy, Going Kanye Crazy, which I fuck with off his latest project. And he's done another hit that I think is a hit. It was called One in a Million, where he remixed Aaliyah's One in a Million and got on that shit, boy. But yeah, that shit was flavor. And but he got like a a smoother touch with his shit, because I kind of like niggas that get on over R&B beats for some reason. But yeah, that's That's who I got for Wake the Fuck Up this wonderful, noisy ass afternoon. I mean, I hope y'all was able to enjoy the show today, man. If I've done anything to raise your game level, do me a favor and shoot me a cash app, man. $STEE. I'm sorry, $SUPER STEE. That's SuperStee. There is no V. So anyway, show me some love monetarily, man. If nothing else, man, give a nigga a like or a share or something. You know what I'm saying? When you see this pop up on your feed, because I know you see the shit. I know you see it. And if you on YouTube, you know what I mean, leave a comment. But don't do too much. You know what I'm saying? And I hope y'all have a prosperous week. This again has been your host, is Jamerson Ballard, and I'll see y'all next time.